In our previous video, we have done our prep work for our user story mapping session. Based on the user research, we already incorporated the findings into the user persona in rich details that is implemented into the story mapping interface. We also had a high-level overview, the purpose, how this solution will resonate with our users and what problem it solves, along with the key features that we are looking to implement. The user story mapping workshop is a conversation, not just a data entry session. Therefore, our team will be able to contribute and brainstorming on ideas in real time on the story map. First, we will collaboratively build the backbone, consisting high-level user goals, breaking down into user journey steps. Now we will think through with the team from the moment Alex lands on the website until the moment he saves their edited photos. What are those activities that he will perform in order to accomplish his goals? We will use StoriesOnBoard, a virtual story mapping tool, for this purpose. Let's collect those high-level activities for our users that will represent the user goal. Now, if we think about Alex's perspective, then we realize what is the first thing he will do when arriving to the site. He will need to register first. We need to think as a user from Alex's perspective. After registering on the tool, what would be the next thing that we need to accomplish? That's right, signing in. One of our members already added. Now that we register and signed in, we can proceed to think about those high-level activities that we want to accomplish by using this platform. Upload image, edit image, and of course, download images. The next part that we need to think about is how these high-level user activities or goals going to be incorporated as user journey steps. Our objectives today to create and establish the product backbone. Now to define the user journey itself, after identifying the high-level user goals, let's focus on the registering goal. We need to collect potential steps for the user journey that can enable to accomplish this goal. So we could enter email address, create password, and confirm password. Moving forward, we can discuss what we would require for the sign-in goal to be completed. We can enter username or email, and we can input our password. Before we move forward, let's make sure that everybody can understand these goals are belonging to Alex. We have only one user persona at this point, but of course, there are those scenarios when additional personas come to picture that we need to also differentiate on the story map itself, so their user journeys can be also seen. There is one additional team member on our team. Since we are using StoriesOnBoard, StoriesOnBoard offers a built-in AI assistant that can even help us creating user personas with all their details, brainstorming high-level user goals from a specific persona point of view, or even break down a high-level goal and brainstorming out the user journey steps. For the rest of the journey, we are going to apply that. So for upload image, we need to select image from the device, drag and drop, and choose image from cloud. Now for the editing part, we can also ask the AI assistant to edit an image. We can adjust the brightness, apply photo filters, or resizing the image itself. For the download part, we can also ask the AI assistant to help us. We can select download format, we can confirm the download action, and we have the image saved to our device. Now this saved us time. With the team together, now we can make sure that the user journey is consistent and in the right chronological order. We can read it through from left to right on the story map to see whether we miss any opportunity or step in the user journey. Now if we are focusing on the editing part, which is the most critical activity in our user journey, we can ask the AI assistant to point out any gaps or additional details to this journey. So it would be relevant for us to enable crop the image, add text overlay, and adjust saturation levels. Now we can immediately incorporate this into our backlog. As you see, right now our product backbone is established. We checked it with the team and we can make sure that this is going to make it. We will be able to consider all the tasks that is relevant for these user journey steps to be completed, so end of the day our user will be able to accomplish its goal. Once the backbone is solid, we move on to details. This is the fleshing out part. For each backbone activity, we will brainstorm all the ways a user might accomplish it. I will work on the journey with the goal of edit images. The rest of our team will complete other parts of the user journey and collecting tasks under each of the steps. I see our team is doing already great, so let's start with our part as well. Now let's collect some tasks for our step in the journey. We can start with the adjust brightness and contrast. We can use StoriesOnBoard AI Assistant to collect some tasks and use the stories, increasing the brightness, decreasing that, increase contrast, decrease the contrast level, and of course reset the settings. So we can automatically add these to our backlog. We can continue this for every single step in the journey. Also for applying photo filters. We can select those which is relevant for us at this stage. Resizing the image would also requiring multiple activities that we need to enable for our users. Setting the dimensions, maintaining ratio, undo step, and of course apply preset size. We keep discussing with the team all the necessary user stories that we can include for the user journey in order to make sure that we do not miss anything for our initial launch. As you can see, the map grows quickly with the team's input. The collaborative nature of this process is what makes user story mapping so powerful. It's a shared artifact of the team's collective knowledge. We now have a full-fledged, detailed map of our product. In our next video, we will learn how to use the story map for one of its most important functions, release planning.